Hi everyone. As you can see, this is the real damage that the floods have done on real estate. This is Runda Estate, one of the high-end Nairobi, just about 2 kilometers from the United Nations offices. The houses you see here have been completely submerged in water. And of course, the cost that will come with it, the damage of infrastructure, name it electricity, water, plus personal items that have been damaged courtesy of these floods is enormous. It's really enormous. So this is just one of the areas. Apart from this, even other areas in Nairobi have been completely affected by this flood. So this, apart from the humanitarian support that is required, the homeowners will still need to dig deeper into their pockets and bring back their homes to the state that they were before these floods happened. So let us take a walk through the city and see what kind of damages that the floods have created for in real estate. Hi everyone, this is the Heart Property Managers YouTube channel and my name is Winnie. Today's segment, I think we should talk about the Kenyan floods. I know because this is real estate related in every way that there are people whose houses have never experienced any kind of drainage issues, but they had to vacate their properties because they became flooded. But the most interesting thing that in Kenya, no matter how bad the situation is, people will always find some humor about their situation. We are like that. Kenyans are like that. No matter how ugly a situation may look like, someone will have to pull some joke on it. And one of them was this gentleman who decided to run on water. So 2000 years ago, Jesus walked on water, and Peter the rock also walked on water, one of the apostles of Jesus. But Kenyan, this video shows how a Kenyan literally ran across the water. This happened in Kisumu when Nyando River also busted its banks. And I think the gentleman just looked at the situation and said, this is the normal road that I know. And many Kenyans have fallen into that kind of trap of assuming that since I'm in a vehicle and this is the familiar tarmac road I know, I can actually measure the the bridge. I can measure the bridge and just cross. And we've seen many vehicles that have been toppled over and people have died as a result of such assumption. The other assumption that has happened is when you wake up and you find a little bit of water streaming into your house, many people have assumed that there's no need for emergency. We can actually stay on because after all, maybe it's not going to rain again. And so we can keep staying only for you to wake up and find that you're actually sleeping on water or half of your living room is covered in water. This specifically happened for many people who reside in high-end areas like Runda, for example. In Runda area, majority of the people, you have a good drainage. You feel like you're more or less in control of your unit or your property. That's that in the high-end area. So the drainages were cleaned. Everybody felt like, after all, a double-story house. So even if water comes in, I'll be probably upstairs and it will not affect me. But it really did affect some properties in high-end area. When you're looking at the plain lands or areas that were developed while before in flat areas, it reminds us about why in history our ancestors avoided to build in certain areas. But now, with population increase and demand for land and demand for housing, many of these places that were previously, like many years ago, pre independence, maybe in the 40s and 50s, or early 19th century, were avoided by our ancestors, or can I say grandparents, because they knew such areas are perennially getting flooded with water. So if you look at some of these videos, it's like houses are completely submerged in water, completely. Of course, there are areas that, yes, we're in the same vicinity, but they've not been affected that much. I will mention something about the slum areas, especially those who live along the riverbanks. When flash flood happens and those situations, most of the houses are not even permanent. Most of them don't even have strong structural foundation. So when the flash flood happens, especially Mathare, Kibera, and most areas, there is no escaping. My take is many places that have been mostly affected that people are living along riverbanks, those who are owning property in flat areas that don't have proper drainage. Some of these areas, like for example, Runda, let me speak about Runda because I do a lot of work around Runda. And I know so many of those houses that even with a little rain, normally the water stays on top of the soil for quite some time before it is sucked up. So with rains pounding through the night continuously for a whole week, there was just a possibility that the soil would not absorb the water, and if the drainage is poor, it's one of those effects. But it has also taught us something about how we live as a community and how sometimes we live where minding just our own business. This situation, despite the predictions that the meteorological department had given, I think a year ago, that's when they said that we might experience some floods. The reality is it's a God moment. Only God knows what is going on. Sometimes I even sit and wonder when I wake up and I see how um, the dark clouds on the sky, and I tell myself, what if you're going through a Noah situation? What if actually these rains might not stop? Who can actually tell for sure that the rains are going to end? Or what if they don't end at all? So even for those of us, can I say, who have not been submerged in water, who didn't have to leave your comfort of your home to get accommodation elsewhere, um, for me, I don't think we are safe anywhere, because even if you live in a place that is raised and you've not experienced any floods, you still need to leave your home to go to work. And so if the riverbanks are getting busted and we're experiencing flash floods, this thing can catch you anywhere. It can catch you anywhere. And that's why I'm saying, for me, it's just a moment with God. A moment with God, because it's only God who can actually turn or reverse this situation and bring back the country back to normal weather. As human beings, I told a friend of mine a while back, we were just discussing about some of the things about life. And he said, you know what? You know, me, I know no matter what kind of fire we experience, you'll always be there with me. And my comment was, I can be there with you within the fire, but I cannot be with you in a storm. Because now in a storm, it's only God who can rescue you. You know, the rage of water. And I think there's a part of the Bible that God said that He'll never use water to destroy the world again. And now we know the rage of water is so serious that there's no one who can rescue you from. Anyway, so if you are watching this video for the first time, if you've just come across our channel for the first time, please like this video, subscribe. We do real estate. An experience of 15 years is not small. And so we can give consultation, of course, at a fee. We can take you through your purchase process, your rental process, or your relocation process. Just get in touch with us, contact us. Our contact details are down below on the description box. You can get in touch with us if you need to get some advice, get some guidance on how to purchase or how to get a property in Kenya. We are willing to do that for you. So, back to the issue of flooding. I don't know who is safe, but I believe as a community, not just as a government, as a community, we have a responsibility to change our situation by pulling us together, supporting each other, working on those areas that we feel. Like I've seen in Runda, the community came together to pull the energy towards getting people who are stuck in water out of water, which is good because nobody is actually talking about Runda. I've seen there's government actually was giving some subsidies to people in the slum areas to help them manage themselves as their houses are being rebuilt. I think there are some areas that people have been evacuated completely, and rural community have also come together to help each other. This is so serious. My office is somewhere along UN Avenue. And for a long time, that place has been inaccessible. Every time I wake up and I feel I need to go to the office, I have to think which way am I going to follow. So this thing, the floods have not spared anyone. This flood, and especially Nairobi, it has not spared anyone, whether you live in a dry area, because apart from the fact that we are suffering from the water, there's also the infrastructural damage. There are areas that have gone without electricity for days. There are areas that have gone without water for days because it has completely destroyed the infrastructure that supply both electricity and water. So this is not something that you can say a particular area is more affected than the other, because majority of the places, including factories that work with electricity and they need water, the infrastructural damage has also broken down the supply chain of many areas of the country. So maybe wherever you are, if you're watching this video, maybe you're watching it when now the land is dry and we are all forgetting about what has been going on for the last 6 weeks. The truth of the matter is you are not alone. Many people, this thing have destroyed businesses, have destroyed infrastructure. People have lost their lives. And the bravery, like I said, those who feel so brave that you see this is a storm. Many cars are not designed to use water. Our cars are not designed to move on dry land. But people who choose to drive their cars to cross rivers are very daring. Maybe if you're watching this video and you're one of those people who feel like, I know this place, I'm very familiar with the road, I can actually drive across because I have big tires. My brother, my sister, your car is not designed to be driven on water. Your car is designed to be driven on tarmac. So taking a car and trying to drive it across water is a big risk. It's a very big risk. And so, well, they say better be safe than sorry. Better be safe than sorry. So if you're watching this video today and maybe you haven't experienced the floods in your area, kindly give your support, send your support to any of your family members, reach out to people that you know, maybe you don't know, and neighborhoods that have been affected by the floods, because it's pretty serious. We could be going through a Noah situation right now and we don't know. You know, the way we've led our lives over the years, I think God can just watch us and say, I will deal with you. So as we go through this season, I trust that Hidaya or Cyclone Hidaya is not going to hit Kenya or any other part of East Africa as predicted by the meteorological department, because we can't stand it anymore. And may God have mercy on us as we go through this terrible natural disaster situation, and He'll enable us to walk through, and one day we look back and think, yeah, that was terrible, but we all survived it. We all survived it. For those who have lost their family members or those who have lost their loved ones, the people you know or friends, your property is destroyed, you've lost a lot of items, you have to restart building again. Keep keeping on, keep going on. I don't think there's anything that you can't do as long as you've survived it. Those who have died, we are sending our deepest condolences to you. and your family. If you've lost a loved one, we spare this moment and condole with you guys and pray with you guys that God, in His infinite mercy, will send a comforter to you. And those who have lost property, may you recover tenfold of what you've lost during this flooding season in Kenya. May you recover all your businesses. May you also find comfort in knowing that you're not alone. There are many people who have suffered as a result of these floods. That's all from us today, and we trust that you will subscribe for this video on this video. You can also follow us in all our social media pages, the Heart Property Managers, and feel free to contact us if you need to put your property under property manager, you need advice on property management, rental, or sale. That's all from us today. We love you very much. Thank you. Bye bye.